14, before I had my seat, someone came and whispered in my ear, when I grow up, I want to be you. I didn't tell her what I usually say, but what I usually look into someone's eyes and I ask them a simple question. Do you want to pay the price? When you see Jenny, you see elevation. You see success. You see accomplishment. But what you don't know is the price that many like me have paid to be where we are. Many years ago, I was raised in a great family. My father was the first bank manager in Barclays Bank. My mother was a teacher. So I can say I grew up in a comfortable, affluent home. I loved my life. But one day, I'm not sure why or how, maybe my sister who's in the audience will tell me later today what actually happened, Lucy. I'm not sure. But we were all packed and taken to boarding school. Standard 1, Standard 2, Standard 3, Standard 4. If you have been in Molo, you know how cold Molo is. Our fingers would turn blue because of the cold and the chill of Molo. I felt betrayed. I felt rejected. I was afraid. I was so young, so vulnerable. I had to brave so much. And the question is, where is my mother in all this? How could she allow this to happen? It's one thing to go to boarding school. It's another thing to be shipped to your grandmother's where you need to behave like every other child. You can't wear shoes. You will eat their food. There is no fridge. There is no hot water. Now, my parents were raising some strong cookies here. You have to go through resilience. And, that was the National Youth Service in that season for us. Till the land, that was not a problem for me. But one of my greatest challenges was the pit latrine. Have you ever experienced where you are not sure you might just fall right into it? It was so difficult, so my grandmother made sure that she found a bucket that was put in the sitting room just outside my room so that in the night, I don't need to get out. I discovered that my parents, as I grew, believed that this was the best thing for Jenny so that she can avoid the vicious town city boys as I was becoming a teenager. But I can tell you unapologetically, the vicious boys were in the village. I don't know how I got out of the village, but I did. And against all odds, I grew tall. I was big, but I didn't have a bust. And my aunties would come and say, "What's wrong with you? How come you don't have a bust?" They would take me to the river. I will never forget the experience of a river down the valley to the river. And if you have lived in the village, you know that in the river, there are insects, black insects. I don't know what you call them in English, but in my language, it's called jorori. Translate to your neighbor. Jorori. And so Benson Gedua's daughter was of age. And the boys were getting anxious. She don't have any breasts, so my aunties have to make sure they begin to happen. And when they put the jewelries on my boobs, within an hour, I had a full bust. Now, I thought miracles happen in the village, and that's good. But when I grew up, I discovered that is poison. They are poisonous. And so the village was a great place to be. We bonded with my grandmother. She became my rock. She became my sounding board. She became my protector. Oh, you should have met my grandmother. Your life would be different. She spoke blessings upon me. She told me issues of life. She had gone through thick and thin because her husband, my grandfather, came to work in the city and found a girl. My grandmother was left in the village to raise her sons, and my grandfather just moved on with his second wife. So whatever happened, my father worked so hard to get himself out of the village and to get many other people out of the village. Then comes his daughter, the one he called Mami, named after his own mother. He loved me fearlessly. Unapologetically. I am Kavura, the one that bore him. And this is now what happened. When I got accustomed to being in the city, I hit the streets of Nairobi, ready for dating. And believe me, I found me a drop-dead gorgeous man. If you know him, you know I have an eye. You know I see good things. No good thing passes me by. I may say nothing, but I see it. I was sitting next to a good thing. So you don't see a good thing and walk away. And I just knew we need to nail it here. I met Bob Karina, bless you, wherever you are, Bob. He's in America right now. He just landed in New York. He would have been here. I'm here with my son, Ronnie, Rina, Shiro. All my family is here, just to cheer me on. And I will tell you that I was in a church service at All Saints Cathedral with my mother. We were attending a wedding, and Bob Karina was taking photographs. His father was a photographer. He was raised to take photos. And when he came to take my photo, the Kodak magical moment happened right there. We had never seen each other, but he just took the photo, moved the camera, looked at me, and my belly just, wow, something happened. Now, I was only 17 years of age. 17 years of age. You are not allowed. You are not allowed to be looking or even imagining. So anyway, we went home. He followed me, and I said, can't you see I'm with my mama? So I met him later, and a passionate love grew from that. As they were singing the love songs, I wondered, what happened? What happened? This man blew my mind. I couldn't eat. I couldn't think. I just wanted his love and nothing else. Before I knew it, I got pregnant. Not in a Benson Gedua's house. We were royalty. Who's the guy? I don't know, he lives in Kaloleni. I live in Ridgeways, girls. Hey, guys, I live in Ridgeways. Ati Kalo. He's from Moranga, Maragua, but, he's been living with his uncle in Nairobi. It was a hard sell. Hard one. My father said, don't worry, I'll give you the guest house. It's okay. So, my mother said, when I see the morning, I don't want to see you here. You are a total embarrassment to us. You will walk on that side of the road as I walk on this other one. I know you not. So I took my bags and I left home. Eventually, I was brought back home with a condition. It has to be marriage. No Benson Gedhua's daughter can have a child at home. Forget you who go to Nairobi hospital and say, plant the seed. Or I just need a man to give me a baby. It was not in that season. Against every odds, I bought myself the wedding gown. I bought myself the wedding ring. I was ready to walk down the aisle. And before I did, my drop-dead gorgeous said to me, now we got a deal here. I will marry you. But don't you ever ask me where I am or who I'm with. I must have lost my mind to sign up, but I did. Walked down the aisle. I do. Home. Before I knew it, I had 3 children. Crawling all over me, sucking my boobs, causing me to go dizzy. And that's Ronnie and Shiro here. There were twins, one here and another one here. I don't know how I made it this far. But I will tell you, I had a father. And my father always told me, you can amount to anything. The only thing you will never be is the president of the United States of America. Because, and only because, you're not a citizen. What is holding you back? It's okay. It's a pity my daughter married a schoolboy. It's a pity. But you got to pick up your pieces, go back to school, and make a life for yourself. My sisters here, they were all graduates. My brothers, they were all graduates. Jenny chose. Because that's where my season was. Now, I cried myself to sleep every night. I was married so that I can have someone drink wine at the honey at the fireplace. Cuddle and hug. Then finally I realized it's nonsense. It's all about responsibilities. There's rent to be paid. Children are going to school. There's so much to be done. I tried to dust myself. Many, many years later, over 2 decades, I walked back to the school that I went to collect my O-level certificate so that I can begin my journey of learning. When I signed up that, I still was crying, what will I do with the children? What will I do? At that time, then my husband went for studies in America. And I was a single mother at that time for a couple of years. When it was time to go to school, my father-in-law came to see me to give me a gift so that I can be able to do this. And he told me, he found me full of tears. My preoccupation was crying. So he said to me, what are you crying about, my dear? And I said, your son, your son. Everything was about his. He said to me, on Monday, come to my office. We need to have a conversation. Because even me, as old as I am, I would not desire you. Tears, mucus, everything wrong with you. You need to do something. When I go to the village, I find your mothers. My father-in-law had 4 wives. Not 1, 4. I find they have dug, they have tilted the land, they have invited everybody to do what they need. They ask me for the money. You should not just be crying here. You should be saying what it is that you want to do, how you want to do it, and then you're supported. So when I went to his office and we had a conversation, it was agreed that he would support me, start the business that I wanted. I began a simple business. I was selling day-old chicks and chicken poultry. The many people that know me know that I was a poultry farmer and I did all things cuckoo. And the cuckoo was the best business that we have ever had with our family. Bob and I became very faithful there, and we did great chicken business that educated these children, not just in Kenya, but internationally. At the end of the day, chicken money bought a bank. If you know me well, you know that my daughter Rina Hicks is all about money. How to create, grow, and preserve wealth. And so we have an investment bank, FIDA Investment Bank, that came about. Now, the thing is, we all desire to start from the top. But everyone that has achieved a level of success, because I have no apology to let you know, I am a successful woman. All right? I am a successful woman. And to be successful, I have walked down valleys, trenches, and I've been on the mountaintop. And I know what it is to be in these 2 spaces. It is not easy. But the one thing that kept pushing me was the voice of my daddy. You can be anything that you want to become. What do you want to become? I went to school, sponsored me. But my father, before he saw my success, had a stroke, and his health was not so good. Every graduation that I've walked down to receive my credentials, I have cried bitter tears because not my father, not my mother have been there to see. And my children can't understand. Can't you see we are here? Huh? So what is it? But I will tell you this. If it is not because of my parents, I would not be who I am today. If Bob Karina chose to put me in a box and did not allow me to thrive, I would not be who I am. He's my greatest cheerleader. He allowed me not just to study, but he also allowed me to write books. And I began by writing a book on marriage. And the book I wrote on marriage, Built to Last, was about our marriage. He forgot my birthday. He didn't come home. He didn't speak to me nicely. I was exposing my life. And he said, it's okay. My children allowed it. Everybody read and said, Mama, go on. And I did it. I want to let you know that life cannot be lived backwards. It can only be lived forward and understood backwards. If you are in that struggle of wondering, why am I going through this? You are being refined. I'm a global leader. I have traversed the world, teaching, training, coaching, mentoring, from first families to the lowest people. And I will tell you, if I have had any success in my life, it's not for silver and gold. It's not the money in the bank. It is the children I have raised. It is the impact I have had. It is the influence that I have been able to achieve over the period of my life. Recently, I wrote a new book, Life Elevates. How you can elevate your life. And I did it for women because all my books are family books. I said, this one, I want a woman to be elevated and to stop looking for this fleeting love that seems to go away. Because life is about seasons. There is a season to be in love, and there is a season for drama. There is a season that drama comes to an end, and then you get into a season of discovery. Doesn't matter what you do, what you say, nothing ain't gonna change here. Then you get used to it or you choose to leave. Then you finally get to the level where I'm at. I'm in my depth stage. And finally, beloved, I wanna let you know, I've served at corporate level from very junior levels. I began as a secretary. I moved on. I became the PA to the person that I served. After going to school and doing all these things, I have been elevated, not only getting to the top and being a chair of a board of directors in a public listed company, in a state corporation, in a pension funds, and also serving the Girl Guides movement, both at a national and an international level. And I will tell you, it is sweet to be at the top. Join me at the top. Join me at the top. And I will tell you that to get to the top is sweat, blood, and tears. But one of the things that helped me get to the top easily is I am comfortable around men because I'm a daddy's girl. And men became my allies. They opened the doors. I don't compete with men. I compliment them. There is no room for competition. With Jenny, she comes in to compliment. I've complimented my drop-dead gorgeous man. He's the happiest man alive. And as a result, he's made me the happiest woman here. I will say, seasons come and seasons go. I've had great seasons, and I have had very painful seasons. But I think what I have done in every season, I've taken lessons from each season to help me navigate my next season better. My parents have gone to be with the Lord. I bless them wherever they are. My children, my sisters, my dear sister, Reverend Lucy, who is here with me today, to cheer me on, to pray. And each one of you, my friends and daughters, you are so many, allow me not to mention you. Thank you for believing in me. It is in believing in me that has made me take the baby steps to become who God called me to be. And many times I have been told, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no mind has conceived what the Lord is about to do in your life. Every single day, I wait for a new miracle. I wait for a new horizon. I wait for someone new whose life will never be the same because I interacted with them.